Hi and welcome to today's video where I have my first update for the project pan to use 50 shades of black, so it's to use 50 items within 12 calendar months. It started for me towards the end of April, and this is a project that was set up and it's been run by the fantastic ladies from Facebook. So I've joined in, and I've got items that are pre-selected on the introduction. There are some that are rollouts, some I'm decluttering, and then there've been some roll-ins. So I've got a pad in front of me with the usage in, and I shall go through everything that I've got in front of me. So the first item that I've got here was a detoxifying bubble cleansing mask from the company Beauty Pro, and it's a sheet mask. It is a cleanser, and it didn't overly strip my skin, but it was a nice bubble cleanser. It did foam up into white bubbles. I thought they would be black, but I think they were whitish bubbles, and that was fine. It did do the job, and that is one item down. Then the next item that I've got any progress. No, I'm not going to there's some that I haven't obviously used at all, but the next item that I've got progress on is the Nux Chia Seed Face Serum 5ml, and I have used all of this up, so that is going into my empties. I used it up this month in May, and it was a very nice serum, a bit of an oily type serum, but I did enjoy it, and I put it in. It had a black cap, but also chia seeds are black, so that's why that is in. Then we have the Hourglass primer, and it is the Veil. Now, I was quite pleasantly surprised by this. It's a very sheer milky formula, as many of you will know, I'm sure, if you've tried it, and it is quite blurring. It isn't moisturising, so I felt I've got dry skin. I'd had to moisturise my skin well beforehand, but it did leave quite a filtered effect on the face, so I did enjoy using this, and I may even pick up a mini size that's around 8ml. I might pick up one of them just to give it a bit more use, really, because I think I got 4 uses out of this in total. So this is fully used up, and I'm really glad I was able to try that out, because I've had that sachet quite a while. The next item is by, I thought it was a Scandi brand, but I think it's based in London. It's Law, LOI, but it seems to be the Scandinavian way, and this is a treatment mask that you put on dry hair, and then you leave it on a few minutes, and then you rinse it out and shampoo and condition your hair. This left my hair quite soft, and I got a couple of uses out of it, but you did need quite a lot because it was going on to dry hair. And I did enjoy using it, so much so I think a set of 6 is around £40 or £42, and I think I might pick up a set of sachets. Really enjoyed this. So that's another item down. Then I have Valentino Born in Rome Eau de Parfum 50ml, and this was about half filled, I think, and I've only got a tiny bit left, and I'm filming it just before the end of May, so this will be, I'll class this as an empty. This will be used up as much as I can. I've only got a few sprays left. This is quite a astringent, I'd say a bit of a peach note, as well as other fruity citrus notes. And I don't think it was just a bit too astringent for me. Not that I don't like sharp notes, but I felt it smelled very chemically. So I did test it on my skin prior to buying it. I tried it a few times, but when I've actually got the bottle, it really wasn't me, but I was able to make it work, and particularly if I use another fragrance. But that is all gone. So I'm glad to have that out of my collection, but I've only had it around a year or so. The next item was one that I said was a gimme, near that it was going to be used up very quickly, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerrise. I used this at the end of April because I'd had it open 6 months, so it needed to be, I had finished it all up. In case anyone hasn't seen this, it has a very, very big wand. And it can get quite clumpy on the lash because it's quite a wet formula. So this is classed as an empty, class for 6 months of use, but you do get 12ml. I think it's 12ml. 10 ml, so you do it, but it's still quite a lot of product. So that is all finished up. The next item I have is by Colour Wow, and it's Pop and Lock Shine Spray. And this is the travel size I got in a beauty box, and I've used it once since it's been put in to this project, and I will be hopefully using it between now and the update towards the end of June. But it does add a bit of shine, but it is quite silicone-y, so it can dry out in if the atmosphere is quite dry. So it isn't, I can't say it is the most moisturising, but it temporarily gives a little bit of shine, but it is a bit of a heavy formula. Then I have from the Inkey List a hyaluronic acid hydrating frizz control serum. Now this is very good. What did it? Can't remember how I use it, but I did follow the instructions. Shake well before use. Work through wet or dry hair. I think I used it one day on both wet and dry, and it did smooth my hair very well, because my hair, I've got oily roots, I've got fine hair, but it's dry and frizzy because it's grey or white, shall I say. And I did enjoy using this. I can't show you the progress, but I have used it and I really did enjoy this. I think it's very good for frizzy hair, or at least at the moment. And this is 100 ml, and it's a hyaluronic acid hydrating from the Inkey List. Then I had 3 items from the Glowy Alchemist. One of the products I'm still using. So I've got here a hand cream. Now this is 12 ml, so it got used up fairly quickly. What I found didn't suit me, but others may like it. It has hemp in, and hemp doesn't have to have a cannabisy sort of smell. Sometimes they don't, but this had a strong cannabis odour, which I didn't like. So yeah, not one that I would repurchase, but if I got it, I would use it again. Likewise, I did notice it with a face cream, particularly under the nose. I could tell that there was hemp in it. I could smell the cannabis. So not something I would buy, but it did moisturise the face very well. So that got used in the month of May, in this month. And I have another item, the night cream, which I've yet to start because I'm finishing off another night cream. Then we have got from the Inkey List the polybutamic acid dewy sunscreen SPF 30. So I've opened it up. I think I might have had it open when I put it in, I can't recall, but I've put it in this little Dr. Dennis Gross jar, and it was full when I opened this. I filled this up, but I have been using it steadily, and I use it every day. Yeah, so this is getting its use. It's good sunscreen, but it does pill under makeup. Even if you leave an hour or whatever in between applications, it does tend to pill. But I'm sure it's a very effective sunscreen. It doesn't leave a white cast. Then I have here, the Gucci Guilty. Now this is a massage medium. It's a gel that goes to oil. Now I've only used it the once, but I did use it as, rather than a massage medium, as a moisturiser. Although it does have fragrance, it didn't irritate my very dry legs, so I did enjoy using this, and I hope to get that finished. That's the aim on that particular product. Then I have from NIOD the multi-molecular hyaluronic complex 2. So this is the second revision of this item, and it's 15 ml, and I have been using it in May, and I don't know if you can see a line. I've used, I can't say a half, although it's looking like a half, it's about a third that I have used, and I have used many of these over the years. It's a very nice hyaluronic acid. I use this serum in conjunction with other targeted serums, but it is very good for attracting moisture. So this might take June, maybe into early July before that is finished. Then for my hair, I've got Amika The Wizard detangler. So this was about 40% in it when I put it in this project. I only put this on wet hair, and I don't know if you can hear, there's a tiny bit left. I can't show, but maybe enough for one more use, and I coat the lengths of the hair. And you can either blow dry the hair or leave it to naturally air dry. I tend to just let it air dry. So I've got one more use, so this should be finished next time. Then another hair item is from L'Oreal, and it's the Absolut Repair Oil, 30ml. Now this is like a travel size, the full size, I think it's 100ml. I find it better than the oil from the Kerry Stars line. This is this one, however, is one of their basic line, and it is an oil with dimethicone silicones in. But this is a very good product. I can't see the best of the best, but it's really good value for money. So this one, I've got just under towards the end of the label, so I haven't got that much left. I'm not sure I'll get it finished in June, but maybe in July, because it only needs a small amount, and I just use it on my hair when it's wet or damp, shall I say. Then I have from Bare Minerals the Prime Time Original. So this is the pore filling, which I didn't realise. I've used it probably once since the last update. I've been focusing on another Project Pan primer, but it is very nice and smoothing, so I've enjoyed using that. The next item is actually a rollout, and it is the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. It's a beautiful iridescent colour, but it's gone gooey, completely gummy. I've tried adding thinner, didn't work, so unfortunately this is going to be decluttered, and in its place I'm going to put in the nail paint from Barry M, Jelly High Shine in Black. And instead of using this up, the goal on this was to fully use it up. I'm going to put 50 uses, which I have put on everything that I'm not finishing up. So then I'm going to so 50 uses will be 50 individual nails, so it's basically 5 full manicures. So I have yet to start using that, but I've got to basically do all my nails 5 times. I mean 2 coats, but basically 5 separate manicures, and that's my 50 use. So I have yet to start that. Then I have from Maybelline the Color Tattoo, and that is Rose. It's in the Creme de Rose, and I'd already hit pan, but I've expanded the pan, and I've got that in because of the black top, and I'm enjoying using that as a base. And then I set the base and then put my powder eyeshadows on. Then I have 3 lip liners that are in black, is in the packaging's black. So the colours are nude, nude is not showing nudie enough, but it's a bit of a browny red. Then I've got a mauve tone, that's a pink, more pink than mauve, and then a rose. And these are all in use. And yeah, I have sharpened each of them. So I'm hoping to get these finished this year if possible. And I have the mauve one on at the moment. So it's steady progress with these. And I don't sharpen them every time I use them, so that's why they take quite a while, and I'm rotating between the 3. Then I have by VENN, which I got in an advent calendar. It's a vitamin B activated all-in-one concentrate. So I opened this a few months ago because it was difficult to squeeze any more out, and I put it in this little pot, and this is what I have left. I use it once a week, and I've probably got a couple of months use left. I put it on my face and my neck as a bit of an active vitamin B cream. Moving on, I've got from Kat Von D a Dazzle stick in Thunder Cloud, and I got this at TK Maxx, so I'm not sure if it's readily available, but boy is it wonderful. There is a difference in the quality of the performance of these sticks. The green one, and there is one that's a bit of a topazzy, yellowy brown. They don't seem to be as glittery, but this, I've used this just the once in this project, but I have used it before, and this is stunning. It's like, it's not going to show here, but believe me, it's like a robotic. It's really, really amazing. So I've just used it the once on the centre of the lid as a hollow sort of eye. You just put an eye, and then in the middle like a dark eye, and then I put this on the centre, and it's been absolutely wonderful. I've really enjoyed using this. So the goal on this is 50 uses, so I'm going to count each one of them. And I've got another pencil. This one's by Victoria Beckham, and it's eyewear, and it is in bottle green. So this is lovely. It does set down just like the Kat Von D eventually does set down. This does. So you can use it as an eyeliner. You can put it all over the lid and it will eventually set down, or fairly quickly. But you can, it is movable for a minute or so. So this is the colour, it's bottle green, and I've used it 3 times since the introduction, and it's a green to black. It's a very, very dark bottle green. I've enjoyed using this, and this, like the Dazzle Stick, is a 50 use target. So it's a bit slow going with both of those, and we're going to have to see where we get on. Then I have from MAC, I had put in, let me just see which one. I had put in Hug Me, which I'd got in an advent calendar, but I'd already used it quite a lot. It's showing a bit more warm tone than it is. It's more of a beige. I think it's because of sunlight coming in. So I'm going to roll this out because I've already made a lot of progress, and I'm rolling in a new item. And this one is a coral. I can't read the writing on the bottom, but it's a corally orange from MAC. It's showing a bit more red than it is. I would say it's more of a brownish orange. And it was new going into the project. I have used it 7 times out of 50. I mean, but it's really, really vibrant. I will do a swatch, and I have enjoyed using this. So there it is. Can you see it? It is fluorescent. A really nice summery shade. It does smell of like a vanilla fragrance. Then I have another lipstick, and this is the Cocoa Flash from Chanel, and it has a lovely top, holographic top on, and this is the shade Boy, which is I think they've named it that because it is quite unisex. It's readily wearable by anybody. It's kind of a nude shade. And it is like a gloss, but it doesn't last very long. Can you see that's the shade? So this was new or newish. I'd only used it about once or twice before putting it in, or it may have been new actually, and that's where I'm up to. So I've used it 22 times, which is not means 22 days, but 22 applications, which can be up to 4 a day, because it doesn't last more than a couple. It doesn't last long at all. So I've had to reapply it. Loved using this. A lovely, lovely balm. Well, it's not actually the balm range, but it is called the Cocoa Flash. Really enjoyed that. Then for an eyeliner, I've got this in the black, because it was black packaging by Rodale. I had a brown one in another project pan, and this, I thought I'd bring this in. And it's on my eyes today. A little goes a long way. It's very creamy, and I don't sharpen it that often, but I'm hoping to finish this. I'd like to finish it this year, but if not, by the end of this project at the end of April 26. Then for eyeshadows, I've selected 3 palettes. I've got the Kiko Smart Palette 02, which I believe is still available. I've only had it a matter of months, and I'll try not to, it does have a mirror. I'm not using the blush because I don't wear pink blushes, or certainly not that shade, but I have used the greens. Beautiful, beautiful shadows Kiko have. And I have used this palette in total 7 times out of 50. Then I have 2 by Kat Von D. This one is Smoke, so it is the grey edit. It's no longer available, I don't think. It was in her original lineup. They are the colours, and I have used this twice. I certainly know I've used that one, maybe the black or the grey. I may have used one of the others, but I've used this palette twice up to now. And then I've also used Plum. And this one I've used twice, and I discovered I really don't like it. So this is going to be rolled out, decluttered and given away. Although it's an old palette, it has never been used. So it hasn't, had any use at all other than a couple of times in May. So a friend wants this, so I'm going to pass this one along, which is great. And then since I did the last video, there was some gaps, so I did put some other items in. I've got the Parks candle, which is a UK brand, Black Magic range in Fleur de Bose, or Feu de Bose, so it's a wood fragrance. And it's absolutely lovely. This lasted quite a few hours. I lit it, I think, on 3 or 4 occasions when I was having a bath. Really enjoyed it. It has a really good burn parks, so I enjoyed using that one. So that is another item finished. And I also put in 2 other versions of Gucci Guilty, and I have the Gucci Guilty Woman and the Gucci Guilty Men. I think they're both the Intense version, so they have I've used both of those up. So they're another 2 off. So I think there's 12 finished or goal reached, and I have generally rolled out and rolled in. I haven't rolled in a replacement for the Kat Von D Plum eyeshadow, but I have enough to be getting on with at the moment, and I'll substitute more in as the project progresses. But I'm very pleased that I've finished 12. Obviously some have been very easy items, and let's see how I get on with the rest. Can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate that your time is valuable, so thank you for spending some of your precious time with me. Hopefully I shall see you soon on another video. I do have my empties, and I've also got my beauty purchases for recent months that I'll be also doing. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I'm going to hopefully put this up today, which is Friday. Otherwise, like I say, hopefully I'll see you very soon, but otherwise please take care of yourselves, and bye for now.